Folks, welcome back to the channel. Doug with Stacking Investments here. Today's video is going to be a introduction to a stamp collection. I've got two videos coming out, a part 1 and a part 2. I had to do it in 2 videos because the collection is so massive. It's a deal I ran into. A family member passed away, not mine, somebody else's family, and the family has dumped his silver collection. I showed picking up lots of Franklins and some Walkers and stuff. Franklins for my collection and some Walkers and other various stuff to sell. Since you've seen those videos, all of that stuff that I took out to flip has sold. And as part of what the family was dumping, they dumped the man's stamp collection consisting of plate blocks and full sheets. And like I said, the collection is so big that I had to split it up in 2 videos. So you'll see a part 1 and a part 2. I have to go through it, take my time, repackage stuff up so I can start selling it at a flea market. Some of it I'll probably hold off till this fall. I'll start listing it on eBay, different things. But I want to show you something, a few things that I found. In the part 1 video, I got this long box, metal box, and it's got a slide drawer that comes out, and one side is just from the start of the cabinet to the back of the drawer is just slap full. The man has them separated, the plate blocks, by index cards, and in between the index cards there's just stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks of plate blocks. He's got one side full, the other side is only partially full, and then there was some paperwork in the back and some booklets and advertising stuff, and I was cleaning that out because I'm in the process of separating out all the BS stuff. He had some circulated stamps floating around, not a lot, just a few, but cleaning those out. He kept newspaper clippings for everything that was in the newspaper. He's got advertisements. He had correspondence with other stamp outlets and collector clubs and stuff, so I'm separating that out from all the stamps to consolidate it down. But let me show you what I found in this drawer. Excuse me. And just a few unique things. Got this. Don't worry, the hinges are not these little stains. What the man did was slid stuff into I forget the term for these things, but this is the hingeless mount. You slide it in, it protects your stamp, and then you there's a sticky side here that you fit into your album, and that way you don't put the hinges on the stamp. But what he did when he slid these in the sleeves, he then used the hinges to seal the sides of these. I think they're called crystal mounts. They come clear, and then some of them have a black background border, so when you cut it, fit your stamp in there, you got this nice black border around. I used them in my album. I was trying to find my stamp album, and I can't find it. I don't know what I did with it. I quit collecting back in the late 80s. But some of this, I wanted to dig my album out to see if he had some stuff I needed to fill in spots. But this is one of the items that was in there. These are things when they had a big show and stuff. These were handed out. I forget exactly without looking it up. What this, I guess the show was in New York, 1947, but it's just replicas of our first stamps, or official postage stamps. Anyways, that was a cool find. Now, amongst the paperwork in the back of that drawer, I run across these 7, and when I said plate block, like you have your individual stamp, but a plate block is 4 stamps with the numbers on the side that gets discarded. So usually have a series of numbers. Sometimes it's one number, could be 2 sets of numbers, could be 4 or 5 numbers corresponding with the colors used to print the stamp. And the plate blocks add value. It's just, it's kind of like in the coin world, you have your coin and then you have your proof. Well, this is kind of like not the same thing, but for if you're not into stamps, that's one way of looking at it. Single stamp or a block of 4 would be your MS status, and then if you had the plate block, you'd be moving up to proof-like status, I guess. Be more accurate, proof-like status. So this happens to be, what was this? 1960 migratory bird hunting stamp. And this is 4 with the plate block number. And pretty cool to see that. Then you have these 20-cent airmail stamps. Now this is a plate block of 6, or plate block of 6. So you got 6 stamps, and then you got the plate block number right there. So I got one of those. Not only did I got 1, I got 2, but I got 3. And then notice notice how you got in the upright position of the stamp, you had a plate block on this side, but then you also had the plate block number on the other side. So sometimes they're on opposing sides, sometimes they're in the lower left hand corner of the sheet, sometimes they're in the upper right hand corner of the sheet. Like the migratory bird hunting, that would be the upper right corner of the sheet. So I got 3 of these, and there's a reason I'll tell you a reason why. And then I have this one, 30 cents. Just a transatlantic U.S. airmail stamp, 30 cent. Plate block is dead center on the bottom, so this would be the bottom of the sheet. It's dead center of the plate block. This one is top dead center of the plate block sheet. And then I have another dead center of the bottom. Now, I'm not familiar with why there's 6 in this block versus the 4. It's been a long time since I've been in stamp collecting, so it's kind of bringing me back. But this is unique. This would be better than having just the 4. And then the next best thing from having a block of 6 would be have the whole sheet. The cool thing is, and you have to see my 2 videos to understand the massiveness of the collection this man put together. All I have to do is sell these 7 right here, these 7 plate blocks, these 3, and this one. All I have to do is sell these 7 for 50%. That's half of the average current listed prices that are listed on eBay for these items. All I have to do is sell these 7 for 1/2 of the current average listed price for these on eBay. I sell these 7 for that price, and the entire collection will be paid for. And books. You have to see the scale of this collection. I was offered the deal. The family dumped it at the LCS. The LCS really didn't want to mess with it. They were trying to unload it. They set a price. I took a quick look at it. I saw the potential. I had no idea these were in here. I didn't actually find these until after I filmed the 2 episodes. And within those 2 episodes, part 1, part 2, showing you, I still don't show you everything in the collection. I'm just skimming through it pretty quickly just to get through it. But you don't get to see everything. And then after I filmed it, I was organizing a few things and just happened to run across these, which I did not film in my part 1 or part 2. So this is something I found just tucked away in some paperwork. And but like I said, just finding these. I sell these for 50% of average listed prices on eBay, and that collection's paid for. A couple other oddballs I found in there. Found some currency. I know these aren't worth much. This military payment certificate, 5 cents. It is torn, damaged, and wore out. Not worth much. Just cool that I found it. And then I got some foreign notes. And somebody put their initials or their name on the back. So these were pretty cool to find in there. So anyways, lastly, as I mentioned before, I sold the last couple of videos you've seen of purchases I made on Constitutional. I sold completely out, so I had to re-up. This is 3 more tubes of 2 walkers, and then gotta pull, I think I pull 5 coins out. Yeah, I'm keeping 5. I got 3 Franklins I'm keeping for me, and then I got a 1917 full date. I'm going to keep that. And I have 1927. I'm keeping that. So I had to re-up because I sold completely out. This is, well, counting the ones I'm keeping for myself, was 3 more $10 tubes, $30 space. That was also part of the silver collection that was dumped by the family. But stay tuned if you're interested in stamps. You'll want to watch those 2 videos. It's just a massive collection. The man only, as far as I can tell, this part, he only saved plate blocks and full sheets. So it's a pretty massive collection. So that's what I got for you. Hope everybody's doing well. We'll see you on another one.